Yep. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? We're ready for live at 5, live at 5:10 or 5:09. We close. We live around 5. That's what we are, live around 5. We're close, closer than close. That's where we are. We're close. Hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. We're coming together post Thanksgiving. Gonna see what December has to offer because December is the last month, generally a little bullish. We're gonna see, yeah, around 5. We're live at around 5. Hey, Janae, if you look at the seasonality chart, look at it for me and tell me what December shows as seasonality. I think I remember what I saw yesterday, but um I want to confirm what I think I saw for seasonality. Hey, Jermaine. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Royal Diadem. Been a minute since I saw you. Hey, Janae. Hey, Ward. How y'all doing? I was just in there watching a bit of the football game. The Steelers and the Ravens are playing. So now I end up with in a quandary. In that, y'all know I'm a quarterback follower, right? That's what I do. Well, Jalen Hurts and Jackson, what's the boy's name? Something Jackson, are both good quarterbacks. So they both fit my criteria, my quarterback follow criteria. Even though y'all told me I can't just jump onto the Steelers team and be like, I'm just going to go with them. Baltimore Ravens. Well, my husband says that's still in his conference, the Cincinnati Bengals, who lost today, that's still in the conference. So I should still go with the Ravens. So maybe that's who we'll go with. We'll see. All right. That's what we're doing right there. Jermaine, I said, hey, Tawana, hey there. Mama Net, good afternoon. Hi. And Selena, hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Shutting down football. Listen, is anybody besides me still eating leftovers? Today I decided was my last day to eat leftovers. And so I decided I was putting everything that was still left into a Ziploc bag so it can go in the freezer because we had far more dressing left than I wanted us to have, but it's too good to just toss away. So it's going in the freezer. So when I feel the need one Sunday for some dressing and I don't feel like making all the stuff to go with it, I'm just going to pull it out my freezer. That, and I made way too much macaroni and cheese. So at any point in the future, I can pull out dressing and macaroni and cheese and have them sometime in the future without having to make them all over again. Janae said December is supposed to be a good month. Yeah. Tawana said, oh no, negative, done with Thanksgiving food. Yeah, I've eaten in a couple days, a little bit each day. Yep. So yeah. Ward says, while I'm talking to you guys, I'm watching Baltimore and Philadelphia while the Lakers are later tonight. Okay, you'll watch the Lakers later tonight. Yes. Good evening, Jamie. Janae said, we eat for 2 more days, didn't eat any yesterday. Yeah, no, I'm not eating anymore after today. I finished all I'm gonna have from Thanksgiving. Jermaine said, I have teenagers, they ate it all. Yeah, my son was here and he took a big old monster tray. And I think if he could have swung back through a time or two, he's been working so much. He works in the area where he works at the post office. So of course they ain't getting no days off. He worked on Thanksgiving, no days off, but he did get double time for the day, but he's been working every day. He does the post office and he does Sam's Club. So both those warehouses are busy. And so he hadn't had no days off. But if he could have swung back by a few times, I'm sure he'd have cleaned us out. But he hadn't been able to do that. Yes. Jamie, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was well. Thank you for asking.
Did you are you still eating Thanksgiving leftovers too?
I sure am after this call.
I said I already had mine. Yep, we had all of the traditional things, and we're not having all those traditional things at Christmas. We probably won't. We might go back to some traditional for New Year's, but Christmas is most likely going to be a seafood feast or something like that. We're not hardly going back to the traditionals. Mm-mm.
What's your issue with the traditionals?
You know, after 1 month away is just a little much, and there's always so many leftovers. It's not like you can. It's hard to cook a soul food meal in a small quantity, so we'll just do something different for
Oh, wait
Christmas.
a minute, but you Mrs. I don't eat leftovers. I mean,
Yeah, well, I ate them all. I've eaten them all since Thursday. I ate leftovers since Thursday. Today, I was my last time. I've eaten leftovers several days, so I
okay.
generally don't. But um, I have to say, I did. You know, I put my foot in it, so I have been eating leftovers. Yep, yep. Alrighty, so we're going to get on with what we get on with for this week. Looking to see what is coming up next week in the market. So let's just see. Anything you want to add before we start? Before we launch in, Jamie?
And as far as what?
I don't know. Your mic is still open. I figured you wanted to say something.
No, I was muting it.
Okay. Present. Share the screen. So I put if you're following me at any other places, I put up today that TradingView is having a monster discount. That 70% off is happening at nope, that's not where I wanted that. It's happening at TradingView. I'm always talking to my community anytime I do trading or training, not trading. Anytime I do training, we're talking about TradingView is pretty much if your broker does not have charting, a really good charting platform, then TradingView, and even if your broker does have a good trading platform, you can still jump in with TradingView. I use TradingView in addition to Thinkorswim, and Thinkorswim has a very good charting platform, but they have a really good special going. I'm going to look here. If you look at the offers, I want to say it's like $200 for the year on their premium. So let me see where it is. The premium one is, mine didn't look like this when I did it earlier today. It was $217 for 13 months. Or the plus is $216 for 13 months, or essentials $126 for 13 months. This is, less than $10 a month for essentials, but the premium includes 10 indicators can be on your chart. You can have several different windows. You can change your time frames. I mean, it's $16.69 a month. This is the one I've upgraded to because I usually carry the plus. I usually have the plus, but $217, that price is unreal. It's unreal, right? So that's what I got that one. I'm not sure if y'all can see that clearly. I'm sure you can. But if you're looking at charting and you want something in addition to your broker, or if you've got Robinhood or some of those other brokers that don't really have a good charting platform, you may really consider putting the $200 on TradingView. I put the link in the comments if you'd like to go and grab that, and you get a free month. I'm telling you, it's more than worth it. And we've seen, I know y'all have too, seen all kinds of Black Friday deals. And this is probably one of the best that I've seen. I've seen a bunch of them, and some of the stuff, a lot of good courses are being offered and that kind of thing, and those have been really good too. I find that I end up buying the stuff. A lot of times I end up buying the courses because the price is so good, and then I either forget I have it or don't have time to go back and use it. So I do like Jamie. Jamie's really good about getting a course, and then Jamie will put it on his schedule to get to. He'll keep a good schedule. I'm not as good as that, so I need to start doing better so that I can, if I have something, I can then at least swing back around to and go back and get it. Especially because the prices are really good at this point. So that would be great. But this is TradingView, right? So I was going there. The reason I was going to TradingView is because I wanted us to be able to see what happened, how last week ran, right? And I'm not, pushing TradingView as something that I've not used. I have used TradingView. I use TradingView regularly, and I'm more than pleased with with it. There's a lot of good indicators at Thinkorswim also, but sometimes when I'm looking for in Thinkorswim, I can't find the indicator I want, but I can easily find it in TradingView. All right, let's see what happened last week in the markets. Don't know where are you? Oh no, I'm on the 2-minute chart. That is not where I want it to be. Why are you not? It's just feeling so big. Why are you feeling so big? Like where's the rest of the chart? Like where's the lines? I need the prices and all the stuff that go with this. What are we doing? What are we doing? Where is the other side of this? No. Okay, let's stop this because I need to figure out how to see. Yes, we're leaving. I'm leaving because I need to see something better. I'm gonna have to go back to TradingView when I see what that chart looks like. Why we can't get that chart to look right. Okay, I'm giving it another go. See if it'll orient properly. Yes, looks like it's doing that. Okay, I don't want you. Thank you. Janae, your baby daddy is on the list this week. Netflix is on the list this week. But that's not what we're looking at now. What made me think about it was already here when I opened up this chart. It was already here, but Netflix is on the list for this week. All right. This is Netflix, not Netflix, SPX. Now I've got Netflix on the brain. This is SPX from this past week. SPX from this past week. We had some gaps down here. We talked about the gaps that were here, but it looks like this gap got filled in by that price action there. So we can take that off. Maybe if it can go ahead and disappear. There we go. You can go already been filled in. These gaps got filled in by the price action on the 21st. This was the week's price action. Well, this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday was a holiday. And then we've got Friday. Friday was green. Now, if you were trading going up, y'all know the 1, 2s and the 3s. If we're looking at the strat, this would have definitely been a 2 up candle. Let me turn my numbers back on. A 2 up would have been here. This would have been a 2-2 reversal. 2 down, 2 up reversal. Let you know once you cross the top of this red candle, that would have been entry on Friday going on up. All right. That's how that would have been. But that's how the week looked. All right. We had some upwards motion. We are still bullish. We are in the mood for bullishness. And from what I understand, the month of December is, I want to say 75% bullish. It's been 75% over the last whatever period of time they look at seasonality. It's 75% of the time it has ended higher than it opened, or it closed higher than it opened for the month, right? A lot of retail stocks and things that go along with that. There's a few on our list this week that are fuel and energy, a lot of retail, credit card, Affirm. Oh my goodness, the Affirm chart. I definitely didn't see this happen. The Affirm chart for the month, for the week, might have been the week or the month. Anyway, this is Affirm. This is what it's been looking like. And if you were to take the Affirm chart back to, okay, let me close you down. That way you're not in the way. If we looked at it this was the weekly chart for Affirm. This is the monthly chart for Affirm. The last month. This is the kind of stuff you pick up. Soon as it crossed over this green, the top of this green line right here, this would have been entry for Affirm. And this is at $50. It closed at $70. That's a $20 run in the month Affirm did. And Affirm is, not going to, I can't speculate because I'm not a speculator. But Affirm falls in the category of the Afterpay, Affirm, some of these that are going to be like people who are going to use money for Christmas and they're going to go into their credit card debt, which of course is being anticipated. This is where Affirm kicks. They kick right on into high gear. Shoom, shoom. That's where Affirm kicks in. But you know what? We should have got in at $50. We should have been in at $50, but we probably would have been. I always say that this would have been $20 run. I'd have been gone long before $20. So it doesn't matter. Nankali, hey there. How you doing? How you doing? Janae said that makes sense. Affirm would be up. So it should be up for December too. Absolutely. Yes, it's the holidays. This is those kinds of stocks like that are going to, they fall right into the seasonality plan. So if you decide you're going to trade some of those, of course, you can trade them week to week, or you can look out, maybe look out into January, look out into early part of the year. And then you can potentially capitalize over a longer period of time. All right. Anyway, I didn't mean to go to Affirm. I just saw this chart earlier and was like, oh, my. Got me saying my. Yeah, sure look good to me. Whew. Yeah, that's the way that is. That was my. Was that Johnny Gill? Is that Johnny Gill? I think it was Johnny Gill. Something to do with the new additions.
Not anymore. Not anymore. It's Alyssa Gill, ladies and gentlemen.
As Janae said, I will wreck the hits. As Janae said, Alyssa will wreck the hit. Yes. So I said, not anymore. So this is Triple Q on the weekly. So this was the week, basically a big old doji that looks kind of hammerish, but kind of, sort of, not so sure. Netflix, I'm not Netflix. Oh, I keep wanting to go to Netflix. I might just need to go ahead to Netflix and get it out of my system. This is Triple Q. This is Triple Q here. Closed up this gap here so we can take it off the chart. And these gaps look like they may have closed as well by that wick. Oh, that wick didn't go all the way. Okay, so that one didn't close. That wick is still, that didn't fill it up. Okay, so a little bit of this gap is filled though, but based on this red candle, part of it is filled, but not all of it. So that is what still remains for that gap. Got some little bitty ones along the way. That one's for the most part closed. Okay, so for the days we're still green. For the weekly trend, it shows a downwards for the weekly. That was the end of last week. And the monthly and the quarterly still green. This is, you can look at the trend going. Triple Q is showing a bullish trend. So is SPY. So is IWM. Yep. Janae said, speaking of Netflix, I finally saw the fight. What'd you think? What'd you think? It was, I saw a video that said, it was like the day before the fight, you see Mike like fighting with his sparring with his partner. And he's like, going super fast and doing all his stuff. And the caption was, tell us that Mike threw the fight without telling us that he threw the fight. And then you see him like the day before, like really giving it to his little trainer dude. And then the next day you see him like dancing around in the ring, chewing on his gloves. You're like, bro, this don't look like the same guy from yesterday. I mean, like the same man. Okay, so this is IWM. Let me put a few things on this chart now that we're on the page. This is what it did last week as well. It went up as high as 244.98 or right at 245. It's as high as it went up last week. Then it pulled back and kind of went back up and closed out the week at 243 and some change. No, that's not where it closed. It closed at 241.87. That's where it closed last week. Okay, we've got a couple gaps down here that we'll need somebody to revisit. There's a few little bitties, but every day it's gapped up a little bit every single day and left something behind that didn't come back and get it. Close here, open, close, open, that got closed. Okay. That's what we've got on IWM. There's a little one still down here that has yet to be filled. Remember we talked about the other day how the price will come back. This was the original gap from back here, how the price will come back down into part of the gap, and it may not fill all of it. It may fill a part of it. That's what happened. It filled the vast majority of this gap from here to here, but it left a little bit at the bottom. That part still is unfilled. All right, so IWM has some left behind business it needs to take care of. If we were looking at support and resistance, we could really go with this area here, 242 and some change as your resistance. We wicked above it a bit, but it didn't stay up there. For the day, we're red, but the week, the month, and the quarter are all green. We start a new month tomorrow. New month starting tomorrow. Janae said all the biting of the glove show real restraint. Yes, thank you, Ward. Listen, Ward said I can sing it. I did good. Did Mike win on the replay? No, he didn't win on the replay. Which I thought he won originally, personally, but nobody asked me. Nobody asked it me what I thought. Okay, that's IWM. IWM showing some, it's still showing bullish at this point, still showing bullish, but it may have come into some resistance and may pull back a little bit, but it's still got an overall bullish trend, right? Okay. I'm going to go on into Netflix so I can quit bringing it up. Once I've touched it, I feel like it will leave me alone. Oh, it had a big little drop back here, though. It didn't drop back into these gaps it left behind, though. Nope. Let's see. We got some support here. Some support at 865. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. We got some support at 865. Now that gap got filled. Let's see where's our resistance at. Our resistance is up here where it hit hard at 902, just a little bit above 9. It didn't hang out up there. It came right on back down. So for the daily, we're green, which that was Friday. And then for the week, last week, we were red. And for, all these things here will restart again on Monday. The daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarter will continue to stay what it is, because all three of these will couple up again, and they will couple because tomorrow will be the beginning of that day, the beginning of that week, and the beginning of that month. All of them will start together. And then after the day is over, then the day will uncouple. After the week is over, then the week will uncouple from the month, and that kind of thing will happen after that. Okay. Netflix again still is bullish. We got a number on the chart that we'll look at for Netflix. It's on our graphic. And for those of you who are in my community, you've probably already seen the graphic. You should have seen the graphic by now. And you should be looking to see what stocks do we want to look at. The graphic has a lot of stuff on it. Okay, so for coming this week, first week of December, we've got PMI happening Monday morning, red folder, 9:45 and 10 o'clock. ISM manufacturing PMI, that's happening. Construction spending is happening at 10 o'clock. 3:15, FOMC member Waller will speak, which is an orange folder. 4:30, Williams will speak. Tuesday, we got JOLTS job openings, another red folder. Tip economic optimism, total vehicle sales, FOMC Kugler and Goolsbee will speak in the afternoon. That's Tuesday. Red folder each of those days. Wednesday, red folders. Ding, ding, ding. We got 3 red folders. ADP non-farm before the market opens. ISM services PMI at 10 o'clock. Fed Chair Powell is going to speak at 1:45 on Wednesday. Okay. We'll put that in of course, that will be brought up again on Wednesday morning when we have our call. That will be brought up again. Thursday, we will have the OPEX JMMC meetings and the unemployment claims at 8:30, another red folder. Friday, we will have another red folder, which will be average hourly earnings, non-farm employment, and unemployment rate. That's all before market opens. So we've got 3 days where there's red folders happening before the market opens, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Those of you who are keeping notes for the week, you might want to write that down to make sure that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday have red things happening before market opens. So if you're swinging something, a 1 DTE or something, especially if you're doing a credit spread, you need to be mindful that it could have some volatility experienced before the market opens on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. At 9:15 on Friday, Bowman will speak. University of Michigan, consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. Those are orange folders now. They used to be red. 10:30, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, you got FOMC member folks speaking, Goolsby, Hammock, and Daly. And then 3 o'clock, consumer credit month over month, which that's going to be interesting because we should see how much spending started happening on was it called Good Friday, Black Friday, because people was out there. I was like, hey, there ain't no way. Yeah, ain't no way I'm going out and all them people. And it was cold out there too. No, sir. This is Florida. We do not do the cold. I don't like the cold. Today, my husband was like, this morning we got up. He said, do you want to go out today? And I was like, is it cold out there? And he said, yeah. I said, well, then no, I don't want to go. He said, well, you know it's cold out there. No, I'm not going. I'm staying, and you. Listen, I'm staying. I'm not going. I'm not going. Even though we did go out like 12, 1 o'clock to go get gas. But that was the sun.
What was this temperature that you talking about was cold?
It was 40 and 50.
You know what?
That's cold down here, bro.
You know what?
I know it ain't Wisconsin cold, but it's Florida cold.
You know what? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I know. What's the temperature there? What was the temperature there?
I wish it was 40 or 50.
What is it?
Let's start there. How I wish it was 40 or 50. We
What
might
is
be
it?
at 30, if not lower. We're like
What?
25 right now. Yeah.
Yep. Tanya said it's 22. Pass, and pass. I'm definitely not going out. I've lived where it was cold. We've had this talk before. I lived where it was cold, and I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy it at all. I went into a season-based depression. I didn't realize that's what it was at the time, but that's what it ended up being. A season-based depression, or it was a weather-induced depression. It was so cold in China, and it was not only was it cold in China, it was always very wet. So it was raining or trying to snow. It was very muggy and just wet, and it was wet everywhere. And China doesn't do like the houses in the States have insulation so that when you're inside and the heat's running, it feels the heat kind of stays inside. Well, China doesn't do insulation like that. They basically put up concrete block. And so no matter where you are, inside, it feels like it feels outside. It feels the same way. And then they don't do central heat. They do the heater things that are in like each room. So each room has a heater thing that's piped into the room, that's a wall. It's kind of a wall unit. And each one stands alone. So when you go into a room you heat a room. You don't heat a house like we do here in the States. You heat a room, and or cool a room, because if it's hot, you do it the other way around. But you do it that way. So you could go to a place and you would come from outside thinking, I've got my coat and stuff, you got to layer up and everything. You go inside thinking it's going to be warmer in there, and it's no warmer inside than it was outside. So then you're inside, still in all your stuff because it's still freezing in here. You're running heat, and it's just heating the area where you are. So you don't want to go to another room because the room we're in is warm, but the other rooms of the apartment or of the house are cold. No. Twana said, look here, if it touches the 60s in Florida, we cold. Believe that. Tanya said it snowed. Yeah, I did see that it snowed in Chicago. Janae said we got a chill here too. The highest 41. Ward says it's 28. Nope. Royal Diadem said it's 46 in Georgia. All of that. No, and no. What is it?
I'm just saying, when people in the South say that it's cold, y'all just lose credibility for me when it's at a certain number. That's all I'm saying.
Don't do us.
I'm just saying. Y'all talking about 50 degrees and it's cold. Now we sit up here at 25. We got half that. Right? Okay. That's like the pretty girl complaining to the ugly girl that she's tired of people trying to hit on her. You're like, what? That's not a problem I have. I can't relate to your problem.
I can't relate. I
You
can't
25
relate.
degrees warmer. What are you talking about?
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. No, no, and no.
I don't relate to that.
You can't even relate. You can't
You got the
even
warmth
relate.
I would like to have. Amen. Okay.
Amen. Amen. And amen again. Yeah, no. I've lived where it was cold. I will pass. I will pass. It's 51 degrees here, is what it says on my screen. It's 51 degrees. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay here. It's cool enough. It's cool enough, and cooler than I want it to be. And then the nighttime, even not too bad in the night because the heat and stuff works fine. But is it snowing where you are, Jamie, or just cold?
It is not snowing right now, but we did have some flurries.
Oh.
Recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we have. Oh, okay, Jamie, it's your turn. I'm sorry. I was getting ready to take over for the earnings, but you are on deck.
I mean, you got the screen up, so you might as well get ready to point.
Okay. I can change. You can take over if you like. Did you you got some squares around some stuff?
I always have squares around stuff, ma'am.
Okay, well.
Let me see here. All right, we're gonna do.
Yes, the older we get, the people do want more warmth.
And that's why everybody comes down to Florida.
Yeah, that's right.
Can't say I blame them.
That's
all right,
right.
everybody. We got a lot going on in terms of we don't got a lot going on in terms of the heavy hitters stepping in up to the plate. For Monday though, we got Zscaler after close. There's nothing going on before the open.
What does Zscaler do?
Zscaler is cloud security.
Oh, okay.
They got Credo. I don't know what that is. After close as well. On Tuesday before open, Scotiabank. I'm pretty sure you have heard of them. I have no idea what all their products are, but I have heard of them. Core and Main, Donaldson on Tuesday before the open, and I forgot what this is. Rex American. Can't see what that is. Corporation. After close is when we got some more tech stuff, which is Salesforce. I know that some of us trade them. Okta and Marvell. I will put them at like what I would say third tier, maybe in the tech space. Okta and Marvell are on the semiconductor side. Okta does ID verification, and Marvell does data center stuff. They basically system on a chip is the way I describe that. We also got Pure Storage reporting. Box is also reporting. Box is not to be confused with Dropbox. Those are two totally different things, although they have the same color scheme.
Okay.
Makes sense or not. So what Box does is software as a service. They allow people to basically they're on the cloud, but they let people broadcast their content. You got Torrid. CURV is their ticker for the Curvy girls,
I was gonna say, ain't Torrid
you know what I'm talking about, man? Huh? And then you got Couchbase.
So silly.
Couchbase and this Cartez and Notiv are also reporting before the open on Wednesday. We got Chewy, Foot Locker, who, man, they seem like they falling off sometimes. I don't know what their deal is.
Yeah.
Dollar Tree is going to be something to look at. They're in the same space as so. I believe is Dollar Tree and Family Dollar under the same umbrella.
I'm not sure.
I thought Dollar Tree and Family Dollar.
Whichever is the green one. The red one is the red one. Family Dollar.
That's Family Dollar.
Then I think it's them.
Okay, because I know that Dollar Tree may be one to watch for some people because I know that Family Dollars are closing up. And that can be I mean, everybody's cutting to do whatever they want to do, but probably want to watch what's going on with them, especially since it's the holiday season. So all of that can come into play in and of itself, but I do know that there have been some closures. All right. And then we got RBC, which, if I'm not mistaken, that's actually a soccer team, I believe, right?
That sounds like it.
Yeah,
Is that the team?
I think that's a soccer team. But Thor Campbell's Cracker Barrel, which, yeah, they've been taking some heat too over the specific time frame as well. Hormel, Daktronics, and Secure Works are also reporting. So we'll see what happens with Campbell's. That should be interesting too. After close on Wednesday, you got Sentinel One, which I believe is also in the ID, like identification AI space as well. American Eagle Outfitters, Five Below. Synopsys is integrated circuits for semiconductors. ChargePoint, which we've been hearing about for quite some time. I would be interested in seeing how they start, what starts happening with them, just because with ChargePoint, we're back in the EV space with them. So if the president-elect is on board with EV, I cannot see how they would be left out of that package. So PVH, Aero Environment, Encino, which I believe is financial technology, but it's in the cloud. Grafe and Averant are all on Wednesday. Before open, you have more of the competitors for Dollar Tree, which is Dollar General. Also, TD Bank, which is what? TD Ameritrade, right? Build-A-Bear Workshop, Canadian Solar, Signet Jewelers, BMO Bank, Methode Electronics, Calores, Kroger, which is one of the top grocery store chains in the country. CIBC, that's before open on Thursday. After close, Lululemon. You also got Path, UiPath, which is robotic process automation. Ulta is reporting Thursday after close, which if you are trading EL for Estee Lauder, and ELF is another one. You want to watch what's going on with them, as well as Coty, COTY. They are all probably going to be worth watching together. DocuSign, GitLab is software development. HPE.
Just keep going, sir. Just keep going.
Okay. Well, just keep moving. Samsara, Viva, Petco, and Asana. They're after close on Thursday. Friday is UNESCO and BRP. Those are the last two over here. So we got some tech stuff that's sprinkled in there. It's not the quote unquote big dogs that we're used to seeing, but it's definitely ones that seem to be, could be getting stronger in their space, I guess you could say. So they'll be worth taking a look at. In other words, make sure you check and and see if they're reporting earnings this week before you trade some of these. That's something that I keep forgetting to do when it's not the big name with tech. Sometimes I'll forget to look and see if they had earnings, just because they're not one of the bigger names, and we got to reverse that. So that's
earnings and dividends, because I got caught by that one stock that it was a dividend date that was happening between the time that I put the trade on and the time that it was going to expire. They were going to pay dividends. So the stock rose and rose and rose, and then as soon as the dividends, it fell right on off.
Yes. You
Fell
can
right
definitely
off.
expect that with Lowe's, that's for sure.
Yeah, when is Lowe's gonna give out dividends?
That I'm not sure, but on their charts I've seen where there's like a climb. It seems like around earnings, but and around the dividends is when I see them, and
Mm-hmm.
then they kind of fall off right after that.
Mm-hmm. Chewy was struggling, well, from a stock price standpoint, but shoot, people still buying that stuff for sure. I know in my neighborhood, there's always Chewy boxes out and on garbage day, on recycle day. So people, I mean, in my neighborhood, I think me is probably a small little subsect of the folks who buy it. But I see a lot of Chewy boxes, but their price had fallen down. I remember back when I was listening to Tay Sweat a little bit. He was all big into Chewy and Beyond Meats. He was all big into both of those.
Yeah, how did that Beyond Meat work out for folks?
Well, you see, you can tell by the tone of my voice that it
Man,
didn't that all that phenomenally.
man,
It didn't work out. Just in case you were wondering, it didn't.
they had trouble selling me on that.
Yeah. Well, I was in that's when Antoine was alive, and he was all big into Tay Sweat, and we were looking at that together, and Tay had us. Anyway, it's in the past, Jesus. It's in the past. What they say in the movie The Lion King, put your past and you're behind. What they said in the Lion King movie. And that what not Timon, what was the baboon say? Was it the baboon?
That's funny.
Yeah, that's what he said. Okay, so I put this video up. It's been a week or so ago now. The 3 best option selling strategies for 2025. And if you hadn't watched that video yet, then definitely go and take a look at it to see what we're gonna do to set ourselves up for next year, because 2025 is when every year we say this, of course, but this year is really gonna happen. In that, I'm saying this because I've also read and understand this to be the case, that 2 to 3 to 4 years, about that 4-year mark, is when all the pieces and the parts really start to click. And I know I have felt like, and tell me if this has been true for you all, if you've been trading 3 to 4 years, as I've gotten into this 4th year, coming into the 4th year, I really feel like I'm hitting more of a stride in that. I'm getting the emotional pieces now under control, really nailing down a strategy, being able to, not jump at every whim. It just all the things that you need to be a good, stable trader. Because in most cases, the strategy is not the thing that keeps us from being profitable. Generally, it's not the strategy that keeps us unprofitable. It is ourselves. It's usually the enemy that keeps us from being price profitable as we need to be or want to be. And the way we work around that is we get control of ourselves and our own emotions. And I think around the 3rd and 4th year, those things you start to lean into 1 or 2 stocks. You're not overdoing. You kind of, really get your own things together. And well, Janae says, are you focusing on one? I'm focusing in on one nurse strategy. Yeah, definitely one. Focusing much more on one thing versus so many others. Do we need Beyond now that we got Ozempic? Well, I'm gonna leave that alone too. Don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone. Leave it, as they say. I'm gonna leave it. Okay, moving to the next. On to the next screen. Yes. Don't forget our morning show happens on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:20. Our morning show happens, and Jamie is the leader of that show. I'm usually around. Sometimes I join the stage and sometimes I'm just in the comments, but I am around. This is my last week of teaching. This week we're going, this is our final week of class. So I'm looking forward to some downtime as it pertains to for the teaching, my teaching window and all that good stuff. But so that'll, open some things up. But Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9:20 a.m. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. You can find us in all the places, all three of those places, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:20. Okay. Royal Diadem said, very true. You start to get yourself under control by the third or fourth year. Our option trader ideas from last week went 42 out of 54 trades were profitable, 100% profitable, 78% win rate. Woo, woo. Almost all the put credit spreads were successful. Call credit spreads is where we got a couple breaches and some partials. Partial means that the price stopped between the two strikes. We got a couple of partials. 8 of those were partially breached and 4 of those were fully breached. But 42 out of 54 means we had a 78% win rate last week. It's been 6 weeks already the 6 week, not that class. The 6 weeks, we're only on week 3 of chart and trade. We're finished. We just finished week 3. When I was talking about teaching class, I'm talking about I'm a professor, so I'm teaching at the college, at the university. We got about 3 more weeks of the chart and trade program that we'll keep running that. That'll be good. We got 3 more weeks. We just finished up cash secure puts, which is really good. We'll go into covered calls this week. It will be our next strategy, covered calls, and we'll start to get into spreads a little bit this week too. That's my plan. Anyway, that's the plan. Okay. But yeah, this is what our trades look like for last week. And we had some folks who made some money off this list. If you made some money off the list, put us a $sign in the comments. If you made some money off the list, and I can put a $sign or 2. I used Triple Q last week, and I want to say I used something else off of here last week, but I forgot what it was. Maybe it was just Triple Q. Yeah, that may be the only one I did last week. I did some SoFi last week, got some shares, and did cover calls last week. That's what I did. I did that. I did Wolf, WULF, did that, got some shares, and did cover calls on that. So cash secure puts and covered calls, a little more passivity for those of us who are busy during the day. Definitely doing that, leaning in that area. Tanya said she got her some money last week. Woo woo! I'm gonna take somebody who's making that money. Let me take myself off this screen so that way we can see each other. And even though we can't see his face, we can still see his face. Is Jamie Irvin? Jamie Irvin is.
Whoa!
Yeah. You are making good money with your SBA.
You to not be putting my business in the street, pimp.
Okay.
I got government situations I'm trying to make sure we straight on. You understand what I'm saying?
So you saying that Jamie Irvin is the name?
Say that the Lord moved last week. We can just say the Lord moved last week. That's all we got to say.
Okay. Well, the Lord moved in Jamie's life last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. As he said, the Lord moved in his life last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Russette you said Russette wants you back. He don't drop Rosetta.
That is not true. That is not true. That is not a true statement at all.
You didn't drop her. You just put her on the side for a minute.
Listen. Russell 2000 is the main squeeze. I keep trying to tell everybody this. SPX is the side piece. It just so happens, that SPX was making sure I was straight last week.
That side piece getting good to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you. Ain't nothing like a good side piece, I guess.
Listen.
I guess, as they say, I guess.
I'm trying to rob the bank.
I guess. Okay. All righty, let's push on. Where we at? Why does that say remove? I never put it up there. There we go. Yep, she getting good to him. Okay, so We've got the Black Friday specials. I've been running for the past few days. I launched one per day this week, and we've been running Black Friday specials, right? We've got the SPX training. Everything is half off. All the trainings are half off. SPX spreads for daily and weekly profits. Our credit spreads masterclass. Both of those are $98.50 at this point. And they're going to last one more day, and they're going right back up to full price. The wheel strategy is here, which includes cash secure puts and covered calls. I was just talking about that a little bit. Cash secure puts and covered calls is the wheel strategy. That is $88.50 at this point. And my one-on-one coaching. Some people don't need a class. Some people don't need a class. They just, or don't want a class. They want something that's going to be specialized and more tailored to where they are and what they need, or want somebody to help identify where they are. It should be pulling through. Now, Carly, definitely let's talk about which thing is not working. The only one that has a different code is the one-on-one coaching has small Saturday is coupon code for one-on-one coaching. That's the only one that has a different code is the one-on-one coaching, 148.50 that is. And that's because some people don't necessarily want a class, but they want to get, identify exactly where they are and help them get them a plan that's set to move forward. So now, Carly, let's talk about which one you're looking for or what you're looking for. And then if you want to get the whole bundle, that SPX daily and weekly should be working. If you want to get the whole bundle, then the whole bundle, $298.50, it's regular price $597. You should be able to grab that over there. I'll check on the SPX class to see why it would not be running the way it's supposed to be running. The coupon code is supposed to be coupon coding. What are you doing? Okay. So there's all of those 50% off of all the trainings at the website using Black Friday, educatortotrader.com. All right. I'm putting up the graphic. Let's look at the graphic and let's see what kind of stocks we want to look at. What do we want to look at? Daily profits training. While y'all looking at that, I'm checking out the SPX for non-calling, but I don't know why that wouldn't be. Oh, yes, I do see it ended this morning. The price showed up, stopped this morning. There we go. There we go. All right, now, Carly, it should be working again. I just fixed it. Okay, and the bundle. Let me make sure that the bundle is working too. Make sure there's no issues. Anybody, are we putting stocks into the comments so we can take a look? I know Tanya want to see Google. Google is on the list this week again. They are both there. The Black Friday for the bundle should be working. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't have worked. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be working. Okay, I see Netflix, TJ Maxx, and Walmart, as they call it. Google, Netflix, Microsoft. Yep. I put some stuff in our comments in our Telegram today talking about the 21 and the 50 moving average. I woke up this morning thinking about, I had talked to Dylan and Ben yesterday about the 50 period moving average to talk about the trend. We talked about that a little bit yesterday to talk about the trend to see is 50 period moving average too far, like too much. And I asked, were they circling back to that? And he said they will, but they're circling back at the beginning of the year. So then I went and asked my buddy Chad, and y'all know Chad is my friend at ChatGPT. I asked Chad, what did he think was good for to find trends, like shorter term trends, if for weekly credit spreads. And Chad's response was use the 21 and the 50 moving average in conjunction to show to confirm your trend. Basically, you can look at the 21 moving average to see what the trend is, and then confirm it with the 50, because that's a little bit longer, which is why I put that into our Telegram chat today. And I meant to circle back and talk about it a little bit more, but I figured it would come back up. Nobody asked about it, so I don't know. Nobody asked about it, so I assumed everybody either understood what was being said or totally didn't understand what was being said. And there's that. So I was like, well, maybe somebody will say, what, huh, who? And then we can go from there. But okay, let me go back to my list real quick so I can write down some numbers. Okay, so on Netflix, I see we're bullish on Netflix. The thing is so cheesy weenshy, it's so small. 867.5. I see that we have TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx. Did y'all know that TJ Maxx has Brahmin bags? TJ Maxx has Brahmin bags. TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I saw some Brahmin bags in there and was like, oh, what are y'all doing in here? What are y'all doing in here? Google is 165. Netflix, Microsoft. Microsoft is on the neutral list, right, Tanya? It is. We've got 415 and 430. And what else did we see on here? Exxon. Exxon is down here as well. 115, 121. I think that's a 121. And then Selena has MicroStrategy and IBIT, I think it is. TJ Maxx and Marshalls. TJ Maxx and Marshalls both have, I've seen Brahmin bags in there. 20 or the 9 EMA are better for short trends, in my opinion. Yeah, that was talking about the 21. I really appreciated that info. I have the moving average on, but I don't always use them like you described. Yeah, I didn't either. I asked them to reconsider the delta because this market isn't neutral for the iron condor selection. It's why we keep getting breached or assigned. Yep. Well, that's the discussion for the iron condors, for the trends. It's a 1 DTE. Now, the one thing we've seen for ourselves is looking at going out multiple days is one thing. Also, the second thing that they're doing at Peakbot is in works right now is they are working on the 0 DTE strategy. They're testing it now. So that was going to go live. I'm sure it'll go live in the next 2 or 3 weeks because they're back testing it now. So there's 0 DTE strategy that will pick up maybe 2 or 2:30 in the afternoon. They got a whole plan and everything for that. So that may be the thing because, and I don't think it's the delta because of course, if you're working, of course, the bot is doing it, then the bot is entering based on its delta. But I think it's the fact that SPX, it's SPY, SPX, Triple Q, IWM, all of those guys are trending. They're just trending in a 1. And I don't know if the delta, if they're gapping up or I don't know if change of delta is necessarily going to fix that because they're just trending so much. They aren't neutral. Of course, iron condors are good for neutral things. And if it's neutral from day to day. Now, if you had it set for a couple days, then you've at least got time for it to swing and fluctuate. But when you're going from one day to the next, there's not as much time for it to move back the other direction enough for you to maybe get in and out of your trades. All right. So, you know, the option you have there is to, you know, if you want to continue to do the iron condors, maybe you turn off the bot and then you enter them on your own, or you use the trend spread bot, use a different bot. You switch off of the iron condor bot altogether and you go to the trend spread bot. You can do that. All right. Choices, basically what it comes down to. I would definitely want to be able to have it automated as much as possible. in a trending environment, which we definitely have been in with SPX and SPY and those guys for a minute. It's just, it hasn't really, it's not yielding. It hasn't yielded enough over the course of time. You know, you get breached a couple days in a row, then you've ruined your profits. Selena says, I think they're on to something great, but I think Peakbot has to adjust to the market changes. 0 DTE may be better in this market versus 1 DTE. Yes, I agree. This is why they're open to this. I mean, part of it is Peakbot is one of the first people, if not the first, to do what they're doing. I mean, most people aren't checking for us sellers. There, you got bots and those that are working with buyers and not working for sellers. So Peakbot is definitely exploring these market areas, exploring these different bots to see which and where they work really well for, and you know, and they keep what works. They adjust what doesn't. And it's people. You did the right thing by speaking to them about what what your suggestion is and what's happening to you, because that's how they make decisions and they make changes and make moves based on what the people who use the product say. That's how that goes. All right, let's go ahead. We can go back to Netflix first because that's where we were. Netflix. Let me see if I can turn on. I may go off of Trading View and just go into Thinkorswim because to run both of them will have it acting crazy. Be acting crazy. 867.5 is what I have as our strike for. It's right up in here, coming off of this big massive drop. 867.5. I'm going to close. Let me stop this because I want to let Thinkorswim open up so that way we can see the option chain and we can see all the pieces and the parts. All righty. While that's opening, let's see what our next thing was while that's opening. Thinkorswim is opening up, but while it's opening, we'll talk about the Option Seller Zone membership. I put a post out today, and oh, well, look at there. Blues Queen says, I just discovered your channel. I've been trading the strat for 2 years. Great to see another stratter. Oh, yes, I'm a stratter child. I like the strat. I'm a seller, but I also like the strat. It's when I do some buying, I like to do it with the strat because the strat is very visual. That works for me. The Option Seller Zone. I made a post today that after this year, after we finish chart and trade, I'm not going to do any additional trainings that are going to be outside of the membership. There won't be any trainings outside of the membership. I'm going to train only inside the membership. So those who want to train with us will join us over in there. And we're going to get the people who are in the membership up and meeting their goals and fully profitable and able to scale. We're going to go through all the things that we need to do within the membership to make sure that the members get everything that they need. So that's where after chart and trade ends, then we won't have any outside classes. So anybody who wants to join us and hang out with us, you'll see us on YouTube. You'll see us in this space. But from a training standpoint, we're going to train only inside the membership, not outside anymore. Okay. But the membership is, we're going to learn, trade, and profit the seller's way. Supportive community for trading, which we got some great folks. Y'all can kind of feel that. I hope you can feel it from our interactions here. Profitable strategies for less screen time, which we all want that, especially if you work in a job or you're working and doing something else during the day besides watching your screen. And that's literally anything. You could be not working, but then don't mean you want to sit in front of your computer. We got daily profits to grow your account. If that's what you'd like to do, we've got strategies for that. We've got weekly strategies, daily strategies, and we've got training and support. Those are the areas where we function here. All help. We've got me as the head coach. We've got some other coaches included. Jamie is one of our other coaches, and I'm putting my finger on a couple others. They don't know it yet, but I've got my eye on some folks who are going to come in and do some training too. They sitting back in the cut, but I'm realizing that we got a squad over here. Some people sitting on the bench, but it's time for us to pull them up to the sidelines and say, let's go. Some of them chilling. They chilling and it's time to bring them up. Jamie, what you think about that? We got some people who on the squad who can come forth and help.
100% accurate.
Yeah, we're gonna pull them
100%
in.
accurate.
We're gonna pull them in. Put me in, coach. We finna put some people in. Okay, now why would you need me to do all of this? Think what the people think or swim wants to send a message and make sure you. I'm making sure that you are who you are. You are who you are. Okay, 4244005. I think that was the number. I hope it was. Oh yeah, it was. It's right there. Right there. Okay. Okay, so the membership is open. Come over to Educator to Trader. Educator to Trader to the number.com and join us up in the membership. We're in the midst of working chart and trade. I told you we just finished Cash Secure Puts training. We had a good training discussion on Saturday about that. Got some good questions, worked out some details on how do we do that. 31 days left in the year, yes, or 30 days. Today's the first week. Ain't got that many left of this year. We're gonna be on to the next. But I want us to finish strong though. What do y'all think about that? I want us to finish strong, where we are gonna leave 2024 on a high note and enter 2025 ready to make it do what it do. Ready to make it do what it do. Well, this is our December calendar. It is chock full. It may be an eye chart if you're looking at it through your phone, but basically we've got this week coming up. We got our Sunday YouTubes, always on Sundays, live at 5-ish or live around 5. I try to make it at 5 o'clock. On Monday, we've got our Mondays. We got pre-market call at 9:20. Same thing on Wednesday, same thing on Friday. Thursday is when we do our training, our chart and trade training is happening at 7 o'clock. And then at 8:15, we have the VIP or the after party. Who's coming to the after party? Yeah. And then on Saturdays, we have a power hour, like an hour. Usually it's about an hour and a half that we're doing some training. I'm, consolidating and like confirming the stuff from Thursday. Make sure that if we need some practice, we're getting those in. And we're actually going to finish chart and trade on just before Christmas. What's that? The 21st? We're going to finish that on the 21st. And then we're going to finish up the week just before Christmas Eve. Of course, the market is closed on Christmas. We're going to take a break. E2T as a whole is going to take a break from Christmas through New Year's. Of course, if we'll probably still have our morning calls at 9:20. I'll let the morning call leader decide if he still wants to do that or if he wants to take a break too. And then we will come back on January the 4th, that Saturday there, and we're going to have a good little 2025 training session to make sure we're getting ourselves set up for the start of 2025. Janae says we need a challenge before the year end to start the year. Okay, well, let us come up with some ideas and let's talk about them. We can do another challenge. We can see what we can do. Last year, I think our challenge at the end was our credit spreads challenge was in December last year. We did the credit spreads challenge last year, and we can pick another challenge and do something like that. Those are always fun. Those are always fun. So definitely let's think about it. Come up with us an idea. And we can do a challenge. It's a challenge. Okay, I think we're ready now. I think the charts and all are ready. Okay, well, what do I have? We got Netflix. Looking at the daily charts on Netflix. You may even consider looking at the weekly or the monthly to see what kind of, if you want to do something that's maybe not necessarily week to week, but you might want to go out a little bit further and potentially pull in more premiums on the outset, and then as the price moves up, you can close it. So you take in more premium on the front, and then as it moves away from that strike, you can close it up. The only drawback to doing it by the monthlies is it doesn't draw down as fast. The premiums don't draw down as fast unless price is really moving away from it, right? Do you do live trading for the challenge? We let the people decide. If we're in the challenge, you can do live trading, or you can do the sim, because we don't challenge each other. We challenge ourselves. It never becomes a competition. It's just everybody's doing the thing we're doing, and everybody's learning it together. So some people doing their sim, some people doing their live, and it's okay either way when we do our challenges. All right. Looks like Netflix again has some support here in the 865 area, but I have 867.5 as it's probably right around in here. That's 872. 867.5 is what I use, because we're down at 24 plus minus 24. Take away 25 from this really puts us about 860. That would be a little further back. I think I wanted to not have us down in the 5 spreads. And the probability out of the money of 867.5 was 75.9. Of course, you can go down one more to 865, 862.5, 865. You could do that too. I did 865, 867.5. It is paying $42. It's paying $42 for 865, 867.5. That's about 20 points away, even though the implied volatility is low. What made me think about 867.5 being okay is the fact that if we're doing it for the week or a couple weeks, Netflix, we probably still will see some more upwards movement, right? It's come out of the support area and it's been going up. It's got a little bit to go before it hits this resistance and bounces and returns back. Potentially, it may push on through, but you've basically left the zone. The moving average is also supporting it as it goes on up. So those are the things that gave me some confirmation that it might be okay. None of this stuff is ever investment advice, but that gave me some thought that it might be okay. All righty. That's Netflix called put credit spread. Netflix put credit spread. Let's go to TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx had a big old return up here to this 128. That was a hard hit piece of resistance. And this would be, as many would call, your sell zone, your resistance area, however we phrase it. That's where that is. That's what that is. Okay. Could definitely come on back some more. We got a moving average that is coming up. This is the 9-period moving average. Definitely could be climbing. I mean, it is climbing 122.60 something. I've got 124 as support. 124 as my support. And that is based on my probability out of the money. Let me see. If I went to a lower time frame, I probably couldn't see what I'm looking for. We got what you're looking for right here. There we go. Anytime you're on one time frame and don't see something it's always good anyway to look for the lower time frame to make sure that you're charting more than one time frame, not just the daily. But I'm on the 1 hour time frame, and you see right here is some support right in this general area, 124.88. So that gives us some reason to use the 124 as our support area. Okay. Actually, you got 124, and let me make this a little bit bigger for those who are looking at their phones. You also have here at 125 and some change, 125.43. This is also a support area, and it's coming right into that. All right, this is where I got TJ Maxx, 123, 124, 123, 124, paying $18, 18% return, depending on how you want to close it. 123, 124. You know, anytime you do these one sides, you can check as the week progresses, and you could potentially turn it into an iron condor later in the week. First trade should be with the trend. Trade the first trade with the trend, and then do the next trade. Do it after the trend, after it does a reverse. All right, do it that way. Okay, that's TJ Maxx. Let's look at Walmart's. Walmart's, as they say. I'm not sure why people call it Walmart's. That's definitely not the way it's spelled or anything like that, but that's the way people call it. Okay. Resistance is up here at 92, up in this area, 92.60, 60 something. We've got support at 92.09. We've got support there. I've got 91 as support for, or the strike price for it. You got between where we are currently, there's 92 as a support and 91.75 as a support. So 91 is the strike price down here. Both that, you know, that area 91 strike has two moving averages between there and here, and it's got two supports. All righty, so let's go look. 91, 92, and you can always widen these spreads. You don't have to make it a one spread. You can widen the spread if you want. Right? This is paying $30. This is a good one. Ding, 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 ding. $30 on one side of a one spread. Yeah. That's looking good. Let's go. I'm going to go back and look at what does. Oh, you know what? That's 90. I should have been picking 91. I picked 92. 91 is $16. But I wanted to go look at the single. I should have picked 90, 91. I wanted to see single. 91 has a 74% probability, 75. Yeah, you're right. 92 would definitely be a little closer than one would want to be. So let's go back and adjust. Let's go adjust it, because 92 would be closer than close. Closer than close. It would be closer than we want to be. Okay, that was Walmart. I'm going to cancel this trade. Yes, I'm is. Even though we are in the sim, I'm still going to do it the way we would do it if it was live. It is hard to do sim trading and to keep and to make sure that you are as serious about it as you would your live money, because no matter how hard you try, it's not going to feel the same as when your real money is on board. It's not going to feel the same. I don't care how much you say it is. You can try to and give it a good shot, but just know when your real money is on the line, it's going to feel different. It's going to feel different. Let me go back to my daily chart. Maybe that's one thing I was noticing too. It's going to feel different. Okay. Support here at 164.79, and there's a whole bunch of stuff happening in that same area. If you look back here, it was a lot of just hangoutness, which actually this to me brings us right, Google right back in. It's a little above here, maybe right back into maybe a bit of a consolidation area, but it pulled out of this zone. It started going up. This is kind of hammerish. This last candle looks kind of like a hammer. And so it might be an indication of some little more upwards movement. Both moving averages are on top of us though. So the 9 and the 20, when I say both, it's the 9 and the 20. You know, I want to add another. Let me go ahead and add the 50 moving average to us. 9, 20. Oh, that's two lines. Nope. Okay, I'm going to cancel. I want to add moving average. Moving average. Where are you? Oh, moving average, 2 lines. I don't really need 2 lines, but we can go with that. Add selected, and I'm going to change this one to the 50 and the 100. 100. Probably should change the colors. Otherwise, you get confused. I am the you that gets confused. So let me go do that, because it's already the same colors right now, and that's not gonna work for me. That's not going to work for me. Let me do the slow one. We'll make it blue. Let's change the thing. And then the fast one. Oh, that was the slow one. We're going to make it red. Okay. And we're going to also widen it to a 2. Okay. Apply. Okay. So these, the one at the bottom are the 50. The 50 is blue and the 100 is red. So now both of those are, these moving averages will work as they will operate as support and resistance. So this 50 period moving average is now operating as support. So that could give us some more upwards movement. All right. That could give us some more upwards movement there. Google 165 is what we have. 164.79 is here. So I'm thinking 165 is good, is a good territory. This gap has been closed, so it can be taken off. This gap over here has been closed by this big red candle. We've still got a gap up here that's waiting to be filled, and this gap here has been filled. All right. I had 165. Where you going? Where you going, El Charto? Okay, 165, 162.5, 165 is paying $32, a little bit more than 10% for your trade. 162.5, 165 on Google. Microsoft is falling into the neutral area. Microsoft. Let's see what that chart looks like and how it pertains to the 21 and the 50 moving average. Let's see what's going on with that. Now we can look at this chart and see it's kind of been, all the moving averages are kind of all here together. That again lets you know that it's kind of neutral-ish. It's nothing's bumping out. It went out, came back, down, came back, right? All the moving averages are all right here together. We go together. Right? Microsoft just chilling in the middle. I've got 415 and 430 as far as we can look at the single, so you can see what I can with these numbers at. 415 is a 79% probability out of the money, and 430 is also 75. If you wanted to go, 82, seeing that the chart, the last of the Friday was green. Let's look if you see on the weekly. Last week it was green. We look at the weekly chart, it was green. Kind of, I wouldn't call that a doji, but it's got, kind of equal wick on the top and the bottom. Price isn't busting loose. It's kind of hanging. This is a weekly chart, so every candle is a week's worth of data. All right. So let's see what we got for monies. Money, 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 money. Oh, I could sing the song from that church I went to. Money coming, money coming. I was shocked. Anyway, 412.5, 415, $31 on the put credit spread side. Okay, 412.5. 415 is $31 on that side, and 430, 432.5. We're taking in another $50. 50. So 50 plus that 31 means we're taking in about $80, $85 based on a 2.5 spread. So if you've got $250, right? Let me go to the chart so that way I can write a little bit. I want to be able to write a little bit. So, okay, we got $250 on the spread, which is what you have for collateral. Minus $31 you're going to get from the PCS side. Minus $53 you're going to get from the call credit spread side. Equals, what's that, $84. So 160. 166 plus 84, 14, 15. Yeah. So, okay. So $166 is your collateral required. That's the required collateral. that you're going to have. All right. Let me see if I can make that any bigger. Nope. Let me see. Got to make us some bigger letters. Size. Okay. There we go. $250 of collateral minus 31 on the put credit spread side, minus 53 you're going to collect from the call credit spread side, meaning you're going to put up 166 of collateral, but $80 of premiums is over 30%, 32% return on your investment of the 250 collateral. I know y'all got y'all pencils, and if you don't, you need to have your pencils out. Microsoft for 12.5 for 15 put credit spread, and for 30 for 32.5 call credit spread. Now, what you do is when you get to the market tomorrow morning or whenever, if you're entering tomorrow morning, you don't have to rush in. We don't rush into trades as sellers. There's no need for that. Time is on our side. Whenever you decide you're going to enter, you enter these two sides based on price action. You can enter them at the same time if you like. You can wait till one is coming to support and rejecting and enter that side. Wait till the other one's going to resistance and rejecting, then enter that side and go on through the week, right? And close them when they're ready. If your trading plan says you close at 70 or 80%, then close them when they're ready. Okay, close them when they're ready, because you don't want to one day, like even last week, I think we talked about Microsoft last week. One day Microsoft had gone up. Tanya was able to close the put credit spread. The next day Microsoft dip, baby, dip. It did the stallion knees, and then it recovered, and she was able to get out of the call credit spread. When it dipped, you can get out the call credit spread. So you get out when you can get out. Nobody needs to wait around to get all the few little pinchy pennies. Finish the trade, finish them, and get out. Take your profits off the table. Okay. Y'all get me? I hope y'all understood what Alyssa was saying. Y'all did understand what I was saying. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? This is the see profits, take profits era. Because from day to day, shoot, let's go back. Y'all don't believe me. Y'all don't believe me. So let's go look at it, right? So this was the days. So Tanya was in Microsoft last week, and I'm using Tanya as the example because she was in this trade. I'm using this as an example as to why you should get on gone if you can, right? On this particular day, the price went up and up and up. She was able to get out of the put credit spread she had because price had gone far enough away for her to close the put credit spread. Next day, price came back down. Friday, dip, baby, but then recovered. As it was doing this dip, she was able to get out of the call credit spread side because on this particular day, her call credit spread was being breached, right? Because the price had gone up so much. Next day, price starts coming back. She was able to get out of the call credit spread side and keep her money from both sides of this trade. All right, don't play yourself, as they say. Take those coins and run. Yeah, we did the dip, baby. All right, Exxon. We're on the daily chart once again. We got a little gap here that needs to be marked. This is how much of the gap is left. Close, open that, changed it there, closed up all that gap. Let's see if there's a gap down here. Yep, it is. Y'all see this gap down here from the close of one candle to the open of the other? From the close of a candle to the open of the next candle is the gap. Even though you don't see that opening between the candles like this one, this is a gap right here. Price closed at the bottom of this red candle and opened at the bottom of this green one. That means it left some price action here that still needs to be recovered. right? That's called a gap. Okay, and this is a buyer's gap because the price jumped up and left some buyers potentially in here. Price jumped up and left some buyers. And this one here is called a seller's gap because it gapped down and potentially left some sellers in there that wanted to, I'm trying to get my money too. And they got left behind. All right. So there's sellers in here. There's buyers in here. All of the moving averages are above except for the 100 period moving average, which will be operating as a bit of support, which is probably why you see this green, this candle right here turn green. XOM is in the neutral territory. See, all these moving averages are hanging out together. The 100s providing support. I've got 115 and 121. So 121 is up here above that resistance, and 115 is down here at the bottom of this gap. Bottom of the gap, because the gap will also provide support. All right, XOM, let's go. I got 115, paying $12 for a one spread. And we've got 121, 122, paying another $13. So we paid $20. We're going to receive $25 off of the 100, which is about a 25% return on a one spread. If I'm using a one spread and you take in $25, that's a 25% return. Of course, you got to subtract your fees. And if you close it early, you got to take that off as well. But a 20% return, 20% return is a really good for a trade that lasts you for a week. A 10% return is good if the trade lasts you for 1 week. 10% per week. You keep multiplying that and keep compounding that every week. Yeah, a lot of times I think sometimes we look at some of these amounts and we feel like they're not necessarily good amounts of money. And if you look at the dollar figure, you might feel that way. But if you look at the percentages, if you can pull in 10% per week consistently across week, maybe of course you take a loss a couple of those weeks or you do a smaller amount. But if you take in a good consistent 10% per week, that's a lot of percentages. All right. Let's not minimize those percentages. All righty. Let's not do that. Let me see if I got anything else. I think that might have been all of what. Oh no, I had 2 more charts. I got MicroStrategy, and then we've got IBIT, and we're going to be done with those 2. MicroStrategy had a nice little run going. It hit a resistance place, but the moving averages have all stacked up. They are still going in the bullish direction. Okay, we got resistance at 533. We've got some resistance at 440. We've got some support at 352. A little bit more here at 369. Let me see if I'm missing something in the middle of it. Yep, there's some right here. And one right where we are right now.
Screen, share your screen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I quit sharing and now it's not there. Thank you. I'll get it. Appreciate you. Come on. Come on, Cletus. There we go. All righty. This is MicroStrategy. Okay, we got some supports there. It's still bullish. And all the moving averages have stacked up. They're kind of fanned out. So you got to keep that part in mind, that sometimes when they fan out, they'll start to come together. But they fanned out pretty nicely so far. Still going in the upwards direction. So if I was looking at MicroStrategy, I'd probably look below 350. But let's go see what it looks like on the single chart. All the single ladies. Nope. It's like I need some more juice. Need a few more strikes. Okay, plus or minus 73. Implied volatility is 73, which puts us down about 310, 315. Still need some more juice. 310, 315. There's a 2.5 down in here. 77% probability out of the money puts us in like 322.5, 325. That puts us even lower. I was talking about 350. 322 is down in this area, which, still puts you below several supports. 322.5 puts you below. Current price is here at 389. Put you down below this 326. 1, 2, 3 supports between the two. And there's a gap down here that needs to be noted. Nope, that's not it. It needs to go from the close of one candle to the open of the other. This candle closed down at the bottom, the open of that one. So the gap really is from 269. I'm thinking that they're hoping, I'm sure everybody's hoping it don't go that low before it turns around. But looks like this is a support area here. So yeah. Where did we go with 325, 322.5, somewhere in there? Vertical, 322.5, 325 is a 2.5 spread, paying $27. That's about a 10% return, but you're in a safe area. All right. You can go with that 322.5, 325. MSTR 322.5, 325. Now I would also look above. I would go probably above this 543. I don't know if you can go that high and find money, but let's see. If we look at the option chain and we look on the call credit spread side, 77% is at 450. 450. Now this becomes a 5 spread up here, 450 or 455. If you're going to do both sides of it, then you're going to do 2 of that lower part. And one of these, what that says, $27. No, that wouldn't be worth it. The $27 for a 5 spread, that wouldn't be worth that. Didn't I say 450? I think that's what I said. Yeah, I did say 450. Let me see, 445 maybe. But what you would do if you wanted to get up in this, up a little bit higher, I think that 27 is probably not accurate, is you can wait till the price climbs some and then enter. Yeah, that number's not good. And then enter it as the price is climbing up. Because 445 is $125 and then 450 was $27. That's not accurate. Because then let's see what 455 says. Yeah, $117. So that one between is probably 127, not 27. This 450 is probably 127. I'm gonna put a 1 here and I'm gonna make that our. That's what we're gonna look for in our sim. Okay. Appreciate that. Chart help on MSTR. PCS may be the safest unless I see it hit a resistance. Exactly. When it hits a resistance or goes up to one of reverses, then you can go ahead and get money on the other side. Make that work for you. Okay, IBIT is the other one. $55. Let's go see what IBIT is looking like. That chart looks a little bit like the last one we just saw, except for that the other one had a big old red candle up there. Okay, here we go. $56 is resistance, and I see 51 as support, but I also see a gap here that needs to be identified. Okay, from 51.69 all the way up to 53 and some change. This shooter, it's not got a high wick, but it's showing some, return back to from whence it came. So 51 and 56. Let's go see what it looks like on the singles. I still see it as let me go into the chart. I still see this as bullish because you see the same thing. The moving averages are all fanned out going upwards. All the Bitcoin stuff seems to be doing that though. 75% probability to have the money, or 52.5 or 53, somewhere in here on the chart. The 52.5 puts you in the middle of this gap. So we could do that, 52.5. I like 52.5 or 52, somewhere in there. 52.5. This is a 50-cent spread, but of course you can, it's $10 paying on a 50-cent spread, which is a 20% return, or you can widen it and make it 51.5, 52.5, and that's paying $20 on a one spread. That's good. $20 on a one spread is good on IBIT. IBIT. Okay. Coolie, 51.5, 52.5. All righty. Jamie, is there anything you'd like to say before we wrap up?
No, ma'am.
All righty. Well, the last thing we have is that we're going to be on in the morning, 9:20. We'll be here to do some pre-market prep, some charting if required, looking to see how the market opens, opening range breakout, if it does some breaking out. I talked earlier about the month of December seasonally or seasonality being bullish. So, you know, if you see something that of interest to you, retail stocks, bank stocks, things like that may show some bullishness in this season. We're coming to the Christmas season. Do not feel obligated. I want to go ahead and say this. Do not feel obligated to trade every day. If the trading doesn't fit your life, doesn't fit your, all that you got going on, let's try not to trade distracted. We want to close and finish strong. And part of that, a whole strategy is to not do. That's a whole strategy, okay? We don't have to be in the market every day. I know we want to, but let's use our wisdom and such and make it do what it do. All righty. So we'll see you all in the morning. We always do two things around here. Jamie, Selena's asking, how can I see the seasonal chart on TradingView?
I don't use TradingView, so I have no idea.
I think there is seasonality. Yes. Oh, what's it called? Calendar seasonality charts for stocks. If you go to stockcharts.com, let me change so you can see my screen, and we can see if I can find it for us, or we can at least identify where we're going. There we go. Come on. There it is. I'm on stock charts. Stockcharts.com/free charts. Okay. This one says Netflix, but we can put whatever we want to put in there and see what we get. This is one place. I think there's another place that you can also find seasonality. Oh, it says view seasonality charts for your saved symbols when you become a stock charts member. Let's see if it'll go and give us something. I'm thinking there was a place, and I thought it was stock charts that we went to, but look like stock charts want you to pay. Let me see. It says put it here. I'm putting it there. PDF, click here. That's probably not the same thing. Sharp chart. It's all, the only thing popping up is stock charts. But I feel like there was some other place where we went. Okay. We'll find it. Somebody will find it. Janae, are you still here? I remembered us using seasonality charts before, but it's been a while. I saw a graphic. Here's some seasonality. I saw a graphic from somebody else yesterday, I think it was, that talked about the months. It gives it to you by the month. Not sure why they're showing us DocuSign. We didn't ask about them. Let me give you this. I'm going to put this website in the comments though, and maybe you can start your searching there. Okay. Jamie, you left us. All righty. Well. Okay, everyone. We'll see you hasta mañana. See you en la mañana. We'll see you in the morning. All right. Everybody stay green and let's get this money. All righty. Talk later. Goodbye, everyone.